del cielo, os pido posada, pues no puede andar mi esposa amada. Aquí no es mesón, sigan adelante, yo no puedo abrir, no sé algún túnel.
Sorry about that. You can check somewhere else.
No seáis inhumano, denos caridad, que el Dios de los cielos se los premiará.
Yes, my wife Mary, she's about to put to bed. We had both places, we couldn't find a place for us to put to bed. Please, can we see a space in your bedroom?
María, José, lo siento mucho que no tengo un espacio para poderles dar como ustedes se merecen. Este niño que ya va a nacer, veo que ella ya está embarazada. Solamente tengo un pobre pesebre en el cual, si ustedes gustan, yo puedo recibirlos. Es lo único que tengo.
María, Mama, Ọlọ́run, ìwọ náà ni ò ń bọ̀ ní ìsìn. Àwa fẹ́ tẹ́ gbogbo ilé wa fún yín, ṣùgbọ́n kò sáàyè kankan the only àyè tó wà ní ìsìn ní ibi tí ibùjẹ ẹran ló wà ní ibí yìí. Tí ẹ bá rò pé kò burú jù, a fi tọwọ́tọwọ́ tẹ̀sẹ̀tẹ̀sẹ̀ la fi gbà yín sílé, because torí pé ẹ̀yin náà ni màmá Jésù olùgbàlà wa.
Welcome.
Here we will actually remind you, we take you through the step by step how Jesus was born, so that you can see it. This place will be like a stage. But for now, the mass choir of the choir, the Mexicans and the traditional ones are singing. We'd like the DJ to please play that song.
He was a very special guest, an angel sent by God from heaven. The holy angel Gabriel visited her in her room and called her in her sleep. When Mary opened her eyes, she saw a heavenly figure bathed in a pool of white light floating beyond her window. It wore bright white robes and had big silver wings fluttering behind it. At first, she thought she was dreaming, but later, when she heard the angel's voice, she realized this was no dream. Mary, do not be afraid. I am Gabriel. God has sent me to you. He loves you, and you've been chosen for something very special. Your kind heart and pure soul is of great value to the Lord. You are fortunate that God has chosen you above everyone else for this special task.
I'm not afraid. I'm honored to know that God has chosen me to carry out His wish. I am lucky to be a favor to God.
Bless you, Mary. God is pleased with you. I have come to tell you that soon you will have a son. He will be a great king one day, and he will be loved by everyone. He will be called the Son of God. Mary was at first shocked at what Gabriel had to say. However, she remained calm and listened to everything that the angel had to say. Then she spoke to Gabriel.
How is this possible? I'm not yet married.
Do not be afraid, Mary. The Spirit of the Lord will take over you, and you will be blessed with a son. He will be called the Son of God. He will do great things for the people.
Come true through you.
The Lord is with you, Mary. You are blessed. Go in peace. Gabriel was a good man, and he accepted everything. He married Mary in a few days. In those days, the king of the land announced a census. He wanted every citizen of his country to be counted and documented. Since Joseph was actually from Bethlehem, he had to go there to be counted. Bethlehem was a long way from Nazareth. Joseph and Mary had a long and difficult journey ahead to Bethlehem. There were no cars or other means of transportation except for a donkey. The whole journey had to be made by foot. Mary sat on a donkey and Joseph walked behind them. It was even more difficult for Mary since she was going to give birth to her baby. After many, many days of walking through the desert, Joseph and Mary finally reached Bethlehem. It was getting very dark when they reached the town. They desperately needed a place to rest and spend the night. But all the inns were full, and nobody would give them space to spend the night. Joseph walked all over the town, knocking at the doors of houses and shops, one after the other, but nobody would allow them to come in. Mary was about to give birth, and it was important that she had a safe and comfortable place for the baby and herself. Joseph and Mary kept feeling hopeless. After searching, they used the straw and managed to make a bed for Mary. Later in the night, something magical happened. Mary gave birth to a beautiful baby boy. Joseph made a small bed of fresh straw in the manger and laid him there. It was warm and comfortable, and the baby slept happily in the manger. Mary was happy that the predictions of the angels had come true. Jesus Christ, the Savior of this world, was born in a humble manger. That same night, while Joseph and Mary were looking for a place to stay the night, not very far away, two shepherds were out looking for their sheep on a hill. Suddenly, they were blinded by a bright light from the sky. They opened their eyes to find a beautiful angel in front of them with long golden hair and silver wings. She wore a shimmering white and gold dress which sparkled in the moonlight. The shepherds did not know how to react and were amazed. Then the angel spoke to them.
Do not be afraid. I have come to give you good news. Tonight, in the town of Bethlehem, a baby boy has been born. His name is Jesus. He will be known as the Savior of the world. You will know it is Jesus when you see a baby boy wrapped in clothes in a manger. Go to the villages and let everybody know of this happy news. Let everybody know that Jesus, the Savior of the Jews, was born today. Go in peace now and spread the good news.
The shepherds were happy and shocked at the same time. They were overjoyed at the fact that a Savior was born, and they ran towards Bethlehem to find the manger in Bethlehem. They praised him and bowed down in worship. On the night that Jesus was born, 3 wise men were traveling on their camels across the desert. Suddenly, they felt a flash of light come down on them. They looked up at the sky and they saw a bright star. It was a kind of star that they had never seen before. The 3 wise men were aware of the prophecy of Jesus. They were waiting for the star of Bethlehem to appear, and when they saw it, they were overjoyed. It meant that the Savior of the world and the King of the Jews was born. At the time of Jesus' birth, the country was under the rule of King Herod, who was a very selfish and evil king. When the 3 wise men informed King Herod of the star they had seen in the sky and what it had meant, King Herod was worried that he would lose his kingdom to this baby boy. He told the wise men to find the baby Jesus and let him know where the baby was. Although the king informed the wise men that he wanted to find the baby so he could go and worship him, Herod was actually plotting to kill the child. He feared that Jesus would grow up to overpower him someday. The 3 wise men followed the star for several days and found baby Jesus in the manger. They were surprised to find the future King of Jews lying in a barn. They found the barn in which Jesus was born a few days after he was born. Finally, the stars stopped right over the manger. They smiled at Mary and bowed down in reverence to the new baby. They had brought gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh for the baby.
Se pueden ir y no molestar, porque si me enfado los voy a paliar. Venimos rendidos desde Nazaret, yo soy carpintero de nombre José. No me importa el nombre, déjenme dormir, pues que ya les digo que no hemos de abrir. Posada te pido, amado casero, por solo una noche, la reina del cielo. Pues si es una reina quien lo solicita, ¿cómo es que de noche anda tan solita? Mi esposa es María, es reina del cielo, y madre va a ser del divino verbo. Eres tú, José, tu esposa es María, entre peregrinos no los conocía. Dios pague, señores, vuestra caridad y los colme